Hello, kings and queens, and welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls. Last episode, we beat the game. We plunged the world into darkness, but we ended up waking up back in this jail cell. Like, we're about to do it all again, but oddly enough, we have our armor, we have all of our stuff, and oh, we have the master key! Let's go! So yeah, if you buy the master key, you actually do keep it on playthroughs. You don't keep other keys and like some key items, but like you keep all your weapons, you keep everything. Oh, that's so cool! Alright, anyway, so New Game Plus, that's what this is. I'm sure everyone's played a game before that you beat the game, you start over again, you keep all your stuff, but the game is harder. That's essentially what this is. Enemies now have more HP, they'll end up giving you more souls, and you can just run through the game and maybe get some things you haven't gotten before. You have the opportunity to play through the entirety of the game with a pretty much basic, pretty much completed build. I do want to pump my faith up a little bit more, but essentially this is pretty good, except for our HP, as we found out 145 times last playthrough. So, what are the goals for New Game Plus? Because obviously I'm not going to do what I just did, show every single area in depth in every single episode. We're not doing like another 35 episodes of Dark Souls. What I do want to do though is I have a checklist of things I need to do. First and foremost, we're going to save Solaire. We let Solaire die last time, and that's ultimately what drove us insane and made us plunge the world into darkness. So we don't want to do that again. We want to save our friend Solaire. Secondly, I want to show off all the alternative endings to some quest lines. Rhea's quest line can go differently. I said in the video I messed up Siegmeyer's quest line. And is there one more? I want to show off the few armor sets that I forgot to show off. I showed us getting them, but I didn't do like the little like pop-up thing that showed you what the armor looked like, and I just, for me personally, I gotta do it. Fourth, we gotta go through a unnecessarily large amount of work to show off one particular cutscene that's probably gonna end up making you cry. It's gonna make me cry. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't cried in 10 years. Weird flex, but lastly, we want to light the bonfire at the end. We want to do what Frampt wants us to do this time. Last time we listened to Kaith, and well, the world came in the darkness, and now we're back here. So, from here on out, I am just going to be showing you the highlights, and I'm going to be talking over the clips and just explaining what's going on. We are going to be covering all those things I just covered, and yeah, hopefully this playthrough goes a whole lot better than the last one. So, we start this playthrough off showing the 100% chance Demon Greathammer drop if you kill a silent demon before you run through the area. We mistakenly think she also drops the key, when really we gotta go to Oscar. We go to Oscar, we walk Oscar, then we go through the door and off the fire link. And man, don't these cutscenes look a lot cooler when you're not naked with nothing but a club and a wooden shield? The very first thing I wanted to do in New Game Plus was maxed out our Estus. So we hit up New Londo, we upgraded it, and then we went back to New Londo to go to the Valley of the Drakes. With the help of the Master Key, we can skip the depths through the gate. Be careful, these guys hurt really bad in New Game Plus. We hit the bonfire, become a human, find Mildred, wreck Mildred, and then choose not to summon her for the boss fight and persuade the Quelaag. Nice. So Great Magic Barrier helps reduce a lot of damage, and Sunlight Blade, a maxed out Claymore, really melts her, so she's not much of a problem. We ring the bell and decide to go wreck Madboyd real quick. We steal his shit, wait for him to rage, run away, and knock him off a cliff. So, while we were here, I joined in +2 the Chaos Servant Covenant with 30 humanities for the Lost Isolus shortcut. I mistakenly go down and try to save Solaire now, forgetting that you can't until after Ornstein and Smough. So I died. Up the elevator, back to the valley, past the sleeping dragon and the drake, up through the crevice into the bonfire over by the grass crest shield. We go through the basin, use our master key to go wreck Havel again, and surprisingly enough he didn't kill us either one of these playthroughs. We go and wreck the tourist demon before meeting the man himself, Solaire. Since we didn't activate the Hellkite Dragon in the beginning of the game, he isn't here on the bridge, which is really nice. Over at the Sunlight Altar, you can use your Soul Gwyn to receive Sunlight Spear, a powerful miracle which we will be getting later. It can also become the Great Lord Greatsword, which I'll put up on screen now. Through the gate, we cut this guy off, head to the bonfire. We try the alluring skull method, but mess it up and get wrecked. So we try again and succeed. We then kill Lautrec before he screws us, and at this point I remember I need to go talk to Sigurd before I ring the bell. So we backtrack, talk to him, head all the way back, summon Solaire, try a synchro, praise the sun and fail miserably, and then go into the boss fight. Us fighting together, they stand no chance. Afterwards, we go and ring the second bell. On to Sen's Fortress. We start off saving Logan, but more importantly 10,000 souls. We then go and try to talk to Sigurd, but he just watches us get murdered by a bunch of snake people. We run through the rest of the fortress, hit the bonfire, become a human, and summon the human tank himself. And man, look at the damage he dishes out. Into the boss fight, Iron Golem is a pushover, literally. We get him stumbling right away, get him to fall down, and melt away the rest of his HP. Once he's dealt with, we go and get kidnapped and whisked away to Anor Londo. So, we all know how this goes. Hit the bonfire, down the elevator, we kill the gargoyle, parkour! Eliminate the the Painted Guardians, and Wrath of the Gods works really well up here, by the way. We crank the switch, and I ended up dying to this gargoyle again, so we go back and wreck him. We run past the giants and the demons and rush the archers. Wrath of the Gods wasn't the best method for this, but it worked for me, so we take those. We break in and meet our savior, who we will be saving, because he saved us. We actually have a few things to do now that we're here. So starting off, I showed off getting this in the video, but didn't show off really what it looked like, so here's Havel's set. I had a guy wearing this ninja flipping with unlimited stamina chasing me down in the forest once. Not fun. Anyway, back to business. We go and appreciate art and help Sigmar again. I forgot about the one silver knight that ambushes you, but after that it wasn't too much of a problem. But this is where I ran into my first little wall. Ornstein and Smo did stump me a little bit, but honestly, it was the one silver knight and two giant knights that troubled me a lot more. I wanted to summon Solaire, but if you do that, you have to fight all three of them, because if you rush the boss room, Solaire just stays out there and leaves you to solo the boss with heightened HP, which isn't really worth it. So a few runs, we get back in there with Solaire, and me and Ornstein have this epic one-on-one, and man, look how dirty Smo does Ornstein. Like, you couldn't have been just a little more gentle. Together with Solaire though, we avenge the disrespect he showed Ornstein. I try to remember to put on the symbol of avarice in the silver serpent ring, but sometimes I forget. Anyway, onward to claim our Lord Vessel. Also, nice. We meet Sigurd back in Firelink, then talk to Framp inside with him. We place the Lord Vessel down, unlocking the rest of our adventure, and whoa! I've never tried this position before. Back to the Daughter of Chaos, and I really wonder how many times I've been through Quelaag's boss room just backtracking in my life. Anyway, we help out Onion Bro, and then time for our most important mission, Operation Save Solaire. But first a word from our friend Kirk. He didn't have much to say. We head over to the door and kill some bugs and find the one who drops a sunlight maggot. Doing this before killing the centipede demon will save Solaire. I then was going to go try and do Sigurd real quick, but I got wrecked. So now we're done with the Chaos Serving Covenant. I think it's time to rejoin the Covenant of Sunlight and obtain our Sunlight Spear we worked so hard for. We can't use it yet until 50 Faith, but we're getting there. Since we're over here, I decided to go kill Capra Demon real quick and start Rhea's questline. And guys, this was a wall. We died to the dogs, then the Capra. We died a few more times trying to go to the boss room, but then pulled off one of the most satisfying Wrath of the Gods I've ever done, and then soundly defeating Capra. We hit up Rhea and her gang back at Firelink before setting off for the catacombs. We say hi to Patches and then get ready to fight the hardest boss in the game. We prepare ourselves with great magic barrier and somehow prevail. Now in the tomb, we fall for Patches' dumb trick and go wreck Rhea's two boyfriends, and then claim our waifu. While we're here, we run through the tomb real quick, not without dying to a skeleton beast of course, and have a riveting duel with Mr. Leroy himself. We employ the same strategy for Nito, a store sword for the skeletons, and this time we use Sunlight Blade on the Claymore to melt his beefy HP bar. Really no issues with this boss fight. We meet our waifu at the church and buy another Wrath of the Gods spell just in case we want to spam it. Back to the Daughter of Chaos again. Now it's time to wreck the Fire Asylum Demon, which with Vow of Silence or Great Magic Barrier, he's about the same as a regular Asylum Demon. Now to summon our best buddy and go fight the Centipede Demon. And let me tell you, the Calamite fight really got me feeling myself with these free aim spears. Centipede Demon wasn't much of a problem, so then afterwards we find Sad Solaire, but no worries friend, you get to live, you just don't know it yet. We go through the fire and flames and finally acquire the souls to hit 50 faith and equip Sunlight Spear. And I couldn't think of a better boss to not use this on. We go wreck the witch, but Kirk of all people actually wrecks us. So we let him bask in his glory momentarily and go run to check on our best buddy instead because that's a lot more important. And then I died to this Titanite demon again. Time for a rematch against Mr. Kirk, and I'm kinda raging at this point, so I hit him with a mean 1-2 combo of a Sunlight Spear to the face, followed by a Spear Uppercut. Get wrecked, son. And now for my Grandmaster Siegward plan. So I wanted to throw spears at the Chaos Eaters to kill them off and make it easier for us to fight. I knock out one and then proceed, and I don't know what I was worried about because Siegmeyer is an actual beast. We clear the 50% HP condition with absolute ease and proceed his questline. Now time for the best boss in the game, and I kinda cheesed this one. I hit a spear and quit out. That put me outside the boss room with the spear destroyed. I repeated this twice, I went in, crumbled the middle, and then walked that bitch. Back to the Dark Root Garden, and I know it seems like we're all over the place right now, but trust me, there's a method to my madness. We elect to summon Beatrice, equip the Dust Crown, and Great Magic Barrier, which seems like absolute overkill to demolish this butterfly. And we demolished her indeed, she stood no chance. Now it's Hydrum and Golem time, and the blue golems were giving me quite a problem honestly, but after they were dealt with, the Hydra soon followed, the gold golems shortly after that one, and now it's time to set off for Seath. We pick up the pendant for the DLC, and we put on our trusty sacrifice ring, which thankfully so, because we actually got cursed against Seath. So, time to break out, and this guy thought he was safe. Not much going on here, just getting the shortcut in the bonfire, and now since we didn't mess up the quest, the gold golem is here, but we get jumped. We kill it in Sieglinde? I think that's how you pronounce it. Pops out, who is Siegmeyer's daughter. But it's time to go fight Seath. But first, let's get wrecked. On to Seath. JK, got wrecked again. One more time. And I guess third time was the charm because we did it this time. We head back to Firelink and Sieglinde is there and we tell her where her dad is. We leave and come back and talk to her again. She says he's gone on his last adventure. Great. So, we go back to our favorite bonfire and on to our favorite place. We have a close call, but we keep on going down and past this guy. We take in scenery and we come up to a dead Siegmeyer?
My father, all hollow now. He's been subdued. He will cause no more trouble. It's finally over. I will return to Katerina. You assisted us both greatly. I can hardly return the favor, but please accept this. It's of no use to me now. Oh, Father. Dear Father.
Look at him, his neck's broke. But at least he died on a peaceful beach. Oh wait, the clams! On to the DLC, and I am ready to get some sweet revenge. First and on the top of my hate list, the Sanctuary Guardian, and boy do we have a bone to pick with this guy. We opt for the Sunlight Blade and Great Magic Barrier combo for a little bit of extra defense, and after a valiant first effort we die. And again. And we try the Dragon Slayer Spear. And die. Alright, back to the Claymore, and this is our fight. We feel it, we start popping humanity, so that's how you know the pressure's getting on. We trading blows back and forth, and then something magnificent happens. We get his tail, and shortly after wreck him. And man, does it feel good to not only be done with him, but to get his tail and somewhat redeem myself for the new game playthrough. Alright, time to go through the the Royal Wood. And nope, not dealing with you today, buddy. This place isn't really that bad when you just sprint through it, but it's time for one of the coolest bosses in Dark Souls history. And going in, I've realized something was wrong really fast. My spear was doing absolutely nothing. 10 S's of what I thought was decent fighting, and I barely got him to half health. So I switched to my trusty Claymore, and since this is a huge rhythm fight, my first few attempts were pretty laughable because I wasn't used to the speed difference between the spear and the Claymore. But I figured out my pacing and ended up getting Artorias to like an epic sudden death situation, which I entertained, and narrowly came away with the victory. Time to rest at the bonfire for our last challenge, and boy, was I not ready for the next 2.5 hours of this. At this point, we're at about 5.5 hours of straight Dark Soulsing, which may seem like rookie numbers to most, but for me it was the most I've done since Elden Ring first released. I tried to do the Ulasil skip, but I couldn't remember exactly how to do it, so I tried it a few times and I couldn't get it, so I just thought, I'll run through the area, no big deal. But then I ran into a problem. The mage's one-shot. And after this, I started getting really sloppy, dying to everything, gravity, dark orbs. The melee guys were absolutely rinsing me through this. But finally I figured out to get through this I need 1 great magic barrier to tank the majors, and 2, I just need to get lucky. And on this run I had a stroke of luck and we got through. We hit the shortcut, and coincidentally the second run wasn't bad at all. We got hit once, but we tanked it. We slipped away and got to the Abyss bonfire. First things first, we gotta save Sif because he's such a good boy, and then we kill our favorite mage. Remember this guy for later, he gives us a lot of problems. Now, my new game fight with Manus went really well. I think I 3rd or 4th tried him, so going in I was fairly confident I wasn't gonna be here for 2 hours. But boy was I wrong. We get 1 hit, so I switch to this Ring of Steel protection, which is enough to neutralize that, but even so we still struggle with him. And you remember our mage? We'll get used to seeing him every now and then. We decided to go Great Magic Barrier for the guaranteed survival, which works for now. A couple more deaths to Manus, and then back here this guy finds a way to kill me. And I am fuming at this point. So I go up and I tend to give him the meanest sunlight spear to the face, and it didn't work out. So we go back, we wreck him, we bask in our victory for a brief moment, and then we proceed to go get wrecked by Dark Daddy Manus. Now up until here I haven't needed to use the silver pendant. Actually I forgot I had it. I thought I lost it when we went into New Game Plus, so we run back to Ulasil, we go and grab it, and then I find out we have 2. But wait, it gets better. So we go back to the Abyss, and running to Manus I see a red phantom, and well, let's cut to the live audio for a brief moment. What the fuck is that? Nah, I gotta be tripping. I gotta go back to the bonfire. Oh my god, it's real. At first, I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what I was in for. This first one really wasn't a problem, so I didn't pay much attention. The second one, though, was right in my way, and it aggroes the second I see it. I panicked here and tried to run away like a sensible person would. So I did some research and found this is the effect of the Gravelord Covenant spawning black phantoms. Great. I got some numbers from Reddit saying that these enemies have about 1.7 times the HP and 1.8 times the damage. So basically they're one-shotting HP sponges. No chance of fighting them. We struggle intensely for a while losing hope until we get by and get a message saying the curse has been uplifted. Thank God. Because I don't think I could have taken much more of that. But we can absolutely take more abuse from Daddy Manus. And right here my controller almost died, and this little guy tried to jump me while I was grabbing a charger. You really can't let your guard down for a second. back to Manus, and this death right here set me over the edge. I resorted to my #1 rage method, the pillow fort. Long story short, I have a waterbed, and I have a lot of pillows, all good for absorbing a lot of contact. I stack the pillows up like a little tower, and I just go to town on the pillows until I hit my bed once or twice. By then, I'm usually nice and calm and ready for more Souls abuse. And this might have actually worked because this attempt was my smoothest by far. My pendant switches were on point, my dodges and counters were feeling really smooth, and after the long, horrible, stressful haul, we finally did it and we defeated Manus. Now I know what you're all thinking. Ricky, you forgot something. And you're absolutely right. I forgot to buy the crest of Artorias. So we go back, we get that, and now I finally get to show you guys why I spent 4 hours in the DLC. If you save Sif and defeat Manus before the Sif boss fight, you get an alternative cutscene. And guys, go get your tissues. Sif remembers us. On top of already being physically and mentally fatigued with this game at this point, now I'm just straight up in my feelings. I already don't like fighting Sif, but this is just cruel. Like, I really wish they just made it so Shiva stole the Covenant ring or something. The lore's there. Alvina doesn't like him, he's super sketchy, make a questline where he steals the ring, Sif can live, and there's no reason to kill him. It's fine, because after Sif's death, the initial cutscene just dug such a deep hole in my heart. I headed back to Ulsil and met with Chiron, and yes, I looked up a pronunciation guide. We give her the soul of Artorias like she wants, and we also leave the soul of Sif behind, in hopes that now truly they can be reunited, they can frolic and play, and enjoy the afterlife together, away from this cold, rotting world, stripped away from the abyss and everything evil, where they can just enjoy each other's company forever and ever. With that done, we just have one thing standing between us and redemption. Well, 4 things. The kings. And at this point, you can really see the fatigue starting to set in. New Londo is honestly a pretty scary area when you just try to sprint through it, especially this room here. You get overwhelmed with ghosts extremely quick, and I was just dead set on Wrath of the Godding everything. We die a lot, a real lot, but we keep going. We made it this far. We can't let Siegward and Sif's death be for nothing. We finally get through and run through the lower part of the city and prepare for 4 Kings. Hey, we've been here before. This boss gave me a bit more of a problem than I initially thought it would. I didn't have Sunlight Spear, which was probably a big reason for my DPS, but I also think I was just really playing poorly at this point. Regardless, we first try it, and now we have everything we need for our rematch with Gwyn. Before we save the world, we have just a few more things to show off. This is what the Xanathos set? The X set looks like. I forgot to show this off. Secondly, after 4 Kings, you can find Beatrice armor here, and this is what it looks like. Lastly, after you kill Gwyn and then you talk to Xena in New Game Plus, you can buy Gwyn's armor, and this looks pretty cool. Lastly, We go back to check on our waifu and say goodbye before we go and fight Gwyn and realize she's been murdered. But by who? Well, my obvious choice would have been Patches, but it's actually Petrus. And I never liked this guy, so we wreck him, get my waifu's catalyst, and now we are ready to finish this tale up. Framp fell asleep, so we just jump down and drop all 4 souls in the vessel. Time for this epic area. And guys, if I die here, I'll do another push-up video. We fire our way through until we get up to this point and see a familiar sign. It's our friend, Solaire! He's here if you save him in Izaliv, so of course we summon him and pull off a nice synchro praise the sun, which means we are ready to end this. We tag team the last of the 2 knights, walk up, and well, I'll let live commentary take the rest of this over. I've been playing since 12 o'clock this morning, or evening, afternoon, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It is 8 o'clock right now. I took a 1-hour break to upload my daily video, and Manus screwed me for 2.5 hours. Me and Solaire had a perfect synergized praise the sun emote, which means this is where it ends. Let us sunlight blade, and let us get ready to once again fight Gwyn. This time, looking to precede him as the keeper of the fire. Now this fight's a little bit different with Solaire. You don't need to just parry cheese him the whole time. You can actually fight him. You just need to wait for Solaire to be kind enough to get the aggro. I want to chuck a few sunlight spear. Oh, they do no damage. Oh, it's tragic. Yeah, Gwyn staggers very easily though, especially when 2 people are smacking at him. And just like that, he goes down. Thank you, Solaire. You've been through it. I can't talk. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a very long day. Solaire, you've been through it with us, through thick and thin. The first time we let you down, but the second time, we're gonna be the sun that you were looking for. I'm pretty sure there's evidence too, saying that basically what happens in Solaire's world, because Solaire's also a undead hollow, and like you know, he's the main character of his story. You helping him helps him also defeat Gwyn, so like it's kind of happening in both your worlds at the same time. And he links the fire. So let's join Solaire in our parallel universe and become the new Lord of Fire. And that is Dark Souls Remastered. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for watching my first Let's Play walkthrough comedy experience of a playthrough of this game. It was a lot of fun. A real lot of fun. I know a lot of the deaths may have not sounded like I had fun, but I truly had a lot of fun playing through this game again with you guys, showing this game off, trying to show off all the secrets I know, show off all the armor, weapons, yada yada yada. Put in a lot of work on this. In the future, I definitely do see that I need to put in more preparation time and put in a little bit more work, because I suck at this game. This playthrough has made me realize I am bad at this game. But it's okay. We overcame every single obstacle. And we made it to the end. And I showed off everything I wanted to show off. And I got everything out of this Let's Play and more that I wanted to get out. And I hope you guys were thoroughly entertained throughout the 38, I think it's going to be actually 39 episodes. There's going to be one more little bonus episode that you'll see tomorrow. But, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed every single part of this. I can't wait to do more. Of course, I'm going to do every other game in the Souls series. I'm not going to do them right away, though. I want to branch off into a couple of other series, get them going. I want to try a couple other video ideas out, and just all in all, I just want to keep on making good quality content for you guys. That's all I'm looking to do right now. I'm looking to better my editing skills, my commentating skills, my just overall video making skills, and the best way for me to do that is how I've done everything in my life, is just keep on doing it over and over and over, and you keep on learning a little bit, and you learn this new trick and that new trick, and not to do this and to do this, and sooner or later it all just comes together and you get a culminated product of all your trial and errors put into one. And that's what I'm going for. So, like I said, I will be trying to go back to the blind playthroughs. I haven't been able to play Hogwarts. There's a glitch going on with the game right now on Steam. I can't boot it up. I can't even play the game. I haven't played the game in 3 weeks now. 3 weeks as recording this. If it's still not up by the time I release this, it'll be about a month, which is really unfortunate because I was actually really enjoying that. But I have an idea for another blind playthrough to play in case that isn't up. Top of that, got a couple cool little video ideas I want to try out and see how they work and see what they do. It'll be good serving as practice for future games I may want to play through, and all in all, just I really enjoy a lot of the older games. The new games are great, but I really see a lot of value in older games. Dark Souls was 2010, I think. A lot of the games I really want to let's play are older-ish games. And I really appreciate the depth a lot of these games have that people don't realize. People don't see that, oh, this old game, it's basic, it has bad graphics, or yada yada, whatever. But there's so much to be found in these old games because there's so much of these little niche things that you would never think to use until you come back later. Me playing through these games as a kid, obviously, you don't read dialogue. You just run through the game, you fight stuff, you kill stuff, and you try to, hard head your way through the entire game. As an adult, now I read dialogue. I'm really interested in lore. I am interested in figuring out the strategies of how to actually fight enemies and so on and so forth. But now I'm kind of just rambling. I'm just trying to fill in time with these credits. I want to give the game the credit it deserves. And yeah, I guess just one more time, thank you everyone for watching. I can't wait to see you guys for the next project, and I hope you guys enjoyed it all.